What's up, Internet? We are here with the halfway point anniversary of our 401 Real Game Multicart by CoolBoy. You've not defeated us yet, CoolBoy. We're halfway through and we're still trucking. Anyway, we are here with game number 201, which is, of course, Bird Week. This is... I feel like I said this was Super Arabian 2, but this is one of those games that is considered to be one of the worst games on the Famicom. Basically, you kind of just fly around, you feed birds when you need to. We got a butterfly, so we just have to wait for one of them to want it. And hopefully not get murdered by that condor. Oh, he wants stuff. And the weird thing is this game is entirely D-pad driven, so you can't like hold A to fly up, and you're constantly seem to be falling down, which is not good. But this is about it. The music's not that great. The game is not all that fun. I've heard people describe this as one of the worst Famicom games. I believe it. I mean, at least if you could hold steady, it would be good. But at least you can land on the ground. I just wish, you know, you'd have more direct. Ah, there's a mole that's gonna eat me. Let's not get eaten by the mole. Aw, we fed it so it flies off and becomes a bigger bird too weak, I guess. Go away, Mr. Condor. Hooray! Little baby bird evolved into slightly less little baby bird. Are we done yet? Please tell me we are. Oh, it's the same game, but now the bird is glitching out and there's a kangaroo. And the big bird just flew through us. I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen or if that's an enemy, honestly. I've never stuck with this game long enough to find out. I don't really care to. Okay, so the little kangaroo will murder us. This is good to know. It's the Super Mario hills in the background. Or maybe the ones from Ninja-kun, I can't tell. Maybe they're the same ones. Maybe Mario and Ninja-kun exist in the same world. I like that I can just sort of drop. That's nice, but I wish that gravity would stop gravitying. It's already hard enough to be a little... Oh, nope, now the big bird's murdering us, so I guess it was just murdering the freaking flickering was killing its hitbox or something. Now I want to try something, so we're just going to get murdered over and over, because I did not mean to start this game again, because, I mean, who would want to start this game again? Come on, Mr. Condor. Hooray! Now, I'm curious about something I saw on the startup screen. I want to see this. It says study game. What does this mean? And I think the game froze. Oh, no. Is it going to tell us bird facts? Is it going to make us collect butterflies with certain numeric values based on equations given to us by baby birds? It just looks like it's the same game, honestly. And that's fine. Let's not play any more of that, please. Ever. You know, the funny thing is, I could just backtrack through all the games instead of going forward, and it would be faster now since we're halfway through, and I just don't want to because I don't want to spoil it. Next we have F1 Race. Now, I'm not sure if this is based on the Game Boy game, but I played a F1 Race Game Boy game, and I thought it was okay from what I remember. I remember it being really hard, and it was... sort of, you didn't have a lot of choice in what you had to do, you just sort of had to understand what you had to do and do it perfectly, because each level was entirely more or less predetermined for you. Now, I've actually seen a few hacks of this game. I've seen one called, like, UFO Race, one called Boat Race, one called, I think it was called Bike Race. And those were interesting because they would, like, also, we're not going to make it in time. Oh yeah, we're just that good at F1 racing. But the interesting thing was they would like redesign the sprites, and they were actually pretty well designed sprites. Like the cyclists would actually be cycling and stuff. But what was also interesting was in half the hacks of this game you see out there, because I think they're all based on like the same initial hack. I'm not sure what the initial one was. They did something to the scoreboard where they decided to misspell the word score. So instead it spells scrow now for some reason. Now here this is the original, it spells score right, but I'm hoping somewhere along the lines I have one of those pirate cards I can show off, because I just want to show off our old friend Scrow, thanks to F1 Race's many hacks. But if I recall, F1 Race, the Game Boy game, was kind of interesting because it had a sticker on it that said, "We are a 1 million seller game," which I haven't seen on too many cartridges. I think there were a couple NES carts that had that same sticker on it, which was kind of interesting. But it was also interesting because it was a game where you had multiple cars that acted different, if I recall. Again, I'm working entirely off memory, off a game I reviewed over a year ago that I wasn't wildly impressed with, but you know, I thought it was interesting, and this is, I'm not sure if it's the same. Like, that's kind of the pratfalls of very early gaming is, you know, a lot of games can use the same name, even have the same title screen, be completely different games. Also, we just made it, but we didn't. And then you run into games that are the same name and they're the same game, like it's a port, but it's a completely different game at the same time, because ports are just kind of weird like that sometimes. That's kind of one of the things I liked about really early gaming, is just how you could name something very simple and still, you know, be interesting. As nowadays we have to have like these polysyllabic titles that don't even make sense to describe games. Next we have Circus Chablai, which is Circus Charlie. This is another mainstay of multicarts. And this is a game where you run around on a lion, jumping through hoops and jumping over flaming coffee cups. At least in the first level. After this, they changed up a little bit. I'm not the best at Circus Charlie. I'm just going to ignore that one entirely. Now, it does feel like it's a bit of an auto-scroller, but it's really not. You can take your time, but there is like a time bonus ticking down. But if you're just not comfortable with where a hoop is, you can just kind of wait it out. Like that. As you can see, the distance is ticking down to the exit. And we will get ourselves there. And then we will celebrate by looking at that awesome elephant in the background. I should really be paying attention to what I'm actually doing and not the elephant in the background, but just look at that elephant in the background. How are you not going to pay attention to it? It's adorable. That elephant in the background is totally the main character of Circus Charlie. It's not even Circus Charlie. I'm not even going to try. That... just no. Hooray! Well done, Circus Charlie. Stage 2. Now, I've seen versions of this where the second level is above water. And there's like half a sky, and then like the sky glitches out as well. It's weird, but at least, you know, it tries to vary up instead of giving you the exact same level over and over. It's at least giving you slightly different, you know, circus events to Charlie. Whoa! There, Blue Monkey. Calm down. Let's not get too excited. You are clearly not the star of the show, not like Miss Elephant in the background over there. We love you, Miss Elephant. I'm your biggest fan. Hooray! Well done, Circus Charlie. You did it again. What can't you do? Uh-oh. Oh! I've actually never seen Stage 3 of Circus Charlie. So I think what I have to do is transfer balls, which is interesting because it kind of changes your momentum up a little bit. And you gotta back it up, because these are moving forward. That's interesting. I'm not going to say it's easy or necessarily well designed, but certainly interesting. Alright, I think we get it. But I'm impressed with how varied Circus Charlie is, certainly for a very small, simple game. Alright, the next game we have is Chakin Pop. With our old pal Chakin. This is a game where you blow up eggs and try and get murdered by your own explosives. This was a game that predates Bubble Bobble, but you can see Chakin in Bubble Bobble. Because I guess Taito was just that proud of Chakin, even though I don't know why. Put that bomb there. The idea is that you free the cage, and then you get out of there. Uh-oh. Chakin! And now the Bubble Whales of Death show up. I don't think one shows up if you take too long, which is good. Oh no, Chakin! We almost saved the... whatever that is. I think it's a rock that's being pushed to block the exit. So that Chakin is trapped with this stuff, but I think it's being pushed by Dig Dug, because he just hates Chakin, and I mean understandably so. He's Chakin. I like Chakin's design, but let's be honest, Chakin Pop is not a well-made game. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I mean, the idea is that you're supposed to destroy the eggs before they hatch into Baron von Blubba's, but I mean, who does that? You just want to try and get out of here as fast as possible. Oh no, they're hatching. And they're multiplying. Chakin! No! Alas, poor Chakin. I knew him, Baron. Uh-oh. Oh, I was gonna say, I've got you trapped. I can't get you through that tiny gap. You can go through that tiny gap. You tricked me, Baron. Oh, Chakin, you silly... whatever the hell you are. Your game was terrible. Alright, next we have the majestic Road Fight. Sorry. This is Road Fighter. Now this game is actually pretty cool, and you see a lot of hacks of this on multicarts as well, because it is a tiny game. But you're basically just racing through the streets to try and get to the end. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Zippy Race, if Zippy Race wasn't terribly awkward. This feels like a little bit better version of Zippy Race. I've played a few games that feel a lot like this game too. But let's just be honest, it's nowhere near as majestic as the pinnacle of Famicom racing games, that is Paris-Dakar Rally Special. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that episode of Game Center CX again. That game is all kinds of special. They were very true about it being the special version. But there was no regular Paris-Dakar Rally, which is probably for the best, because the special version was just that abysmal. Hooray, more fuel for hitting the blue car. Red car, you jerk. Oh no! No, no, no! Oh, we were so close to the end. Let's try again. You know, I actually like this game. It's very small, and I don't play it really all that often. This is probably like the 4th time I've played it, maybe. But you know, it's not a bad little game. Actually, this kind of reminds me a little bit of a game on the Amazing Game Center CX DS game called Rally King, except that game had like drifting mechanics. And you had to like race through an off-road course and stuff, like kind of vaguely similar-ish. And I'm not going to say I liked that game all that much, especially like the special version of that game, which was really brutally hard, but you know, you had to play through it if you want to play the RPG game. Also, seriously, if you have a DS, get the Game Center CX game. Maybe not the second one, because there was like a Famicom Detective Club style game that would be almost impossible to play without a translation. But that said, I have a translated cart, and I can play that, and I can tell you it's certainly one of those kinds of games. I don't care much for visual novel style games. I think they're quite boring, but you know, it's not always going to be to everyone's taste, I suppose. That guy really doesn't want me to pass, but I'm going to anyway. Blue car, come on! No! We were so close. Again. I'm not leaving until I finish this game, damn it. I want to beat at least level 1. Like I said, this is a nice little game, and it's kind of addictive. I like it a lot. Very simple mechanics. Nothing wrong with that. I think Bump and Jump is probably a better version of this, or if you really want to get go for the gold versions of games like this, you really want like Super Spy Hunter. Even though that game's not really Spy Hunter. I think that's on this cart. We're gonna have to play Super Spy Hunter at some point. We probably already did, and I just forgot because I have the memory of a goldfish. I'm gonna be sad if we already played Super Spy Hunter, because that's an exciting one. Also, ridiculously hard to get a hold of an actual cartridge of Super Spy Hunter. It's a very rare game. Really fun, though. But of course, it's basically like if you made Spy Hunter 2. Hey, it's Konami Man! You distracted me, Konami Man. You suck. Uh-oh. Haha, take that, yellow car. I'm not always going to be the one who gets bumped. Might not be bump and jump, but I can bump with the best of them. Red car, go away. You're not going to ruin this for me. Hooray! We got to the checkpoint. Alright, next we have course 2, where it's blue! Blue! It's so different. It's like we're actually going somewhere. But you know, I like... Sometimes it's really good to play these like nice, very simple games. I like that at times. Because, you know, not always can you play like 100-hour epic games. Sometimes you just have to play simple little mechanical games that you can understand just by picking up the controller and yelling at those stupid red cars who are mean to you. Thank you, blue car. You got out of the way quite well. Oh, red car, you're ruining things for me. Also, we just lost 5. I'm not sure if I can go into those. I don't want to test whether or not this is like Spy Hunter, though. Alright, whoa. We're almost there. We're almost there. Problem is, you fall into a giant manhole. And then completely total your car. Oh no. Yay! So few fuel left, but we made it! Because we fought this road and we won. More detail. We're on the beach. I wish I could go to the beach. I'm stuck in the middle of snow. In the middle of a landlocked prairie. It's sad. Gotta admit, they're stepping their game up with level 3. I'm worried about red car, but it seems like they're staying in their lanes, and this is more just like a precision test. Gotta appreciate that. Oh, red car, proving me wrong once again, being the jerk driver. Can we make it? Is that red car ruining the day like he was about to? Blue car. Aww. You tricked me and I got hit by the yellow car. Sad. Blue car, go away. Whoop. Ooh. You kind of have to be in like the dead center of the road to get away without dying. And you kind of have to like immediately apply your brakes or you're going to crash. It's not forgiving, but I gotta admit, it's pretty fun. Can we make it, though? I don't think we can. Oh, we might be able to do it. I don't think we're gonna make it. No. That's sad. We fought the road, and the road won. Alas. Alright, next game is... Oh, nope, that's it. That's 5. I can do math. No, I can't. But over these past 5 games, would I recommend this cartridge? Not really, no. Bird Week is terrible. F1 Race is okay. Circus Charlie is surprisingly deep for what it is. I mean, I'm surprised by it. Shack and Pop is terrible, though, and Road Fighter is pretty good for what it is, but again, it's a very small game. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, subscribe to the show to see more, because we're doing this every week. And if you want to make my day, hit up the show's PayPal or Patreon and help support us so that we can continue to look at and afford awesome multi-carts to discover the weird vastness of pirate gaming. Plus, you get yourself on the Discord where we can talk about awesome things like how surprisingly kick-ass Circus Charlie and Road Fight are. Anyway, join me next time where we're going to look at number 106. 206. Again, I can't do numbers. It's also very clearly like 5:30 a.m. when I'm doing this. Anyway, we'll be doing 206 Nights. I can't imagine what that is actually offhand. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.